it's not 5 kgs of free ration. This is exactly what Priyanka Gandhi said in the latest at an election rally in Raebareli, Uttar Pradesh. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra voiced strong criticism against the current BJP-led government, addressing brother Rahul Gandhi is contesting. Priyanka challenged BJP's claim of fostering Atmanirbhar Bharat or self-reliant India. She argued that the government's policies are actually making Indians more dependent, contrary to their stated objective of self-reliance. During a speech, she took a jab at BJP's promise of providing 5 kgs of ration to the electorate, suggesting that what the voters truly need and desire is employment, not just handouts. Her remarks tapped into the ongoing discourse around the BJP's use of the term Atmanirbhar Bharat, questioning the effectiveness and intent behind the government's policies under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, a term that he himself very often uses. Raebareli goes to polls in the fifth phase on May 20th. I'm being joined by Jasmine Sandhawalia, who's a BJP spokesperson, as well as Dr. Pooja Tripathi, who is a spokesperson for Congress. Before we just go to them, let's also listen in to Priyanka Gandhi Vadra.
बाकी समय आपके लिए सिर्फ 5 किलो का राशन है बस, और इस 5 किलो के राशन में किसी का पेट नहीं भर रहा है। मिल रहा है, ये अच्छी बात है, लेकिन इससे भविष्य नहीं बनेगा, इससे आप आत्मनिर्भर नहीं बन सकते। मैं आज किसी भी नौजवान से पूछूं, मैं तुमसे पूछ रही हूं, अगर मैं तुम्हें बोलूं कि मैं तुम्हें ये लोग 5 किलो का राशन दे रही हूं हर महीने, या फिर तुम्हें रोजगार दूंगी, तो तुम कौन सा चुनोगे? रोजगार चुनोगे, क्योंकि रोजगार से खुद कमाओगे, आत्मनिर्भर बन जाओगे, किसी पे निर्भर नहीं रहोगे। तो आपको समझना पड़ेगा कि जो राजनीतिक दल इस तरह की नीति बनाएगा जिससे आप निर्भर रहेंगे लेकिन आप आत्मनिर्भर नहीं हो सकते, आप अपने पैरों पे नहीं खड़े हो सकते, उसकी नीति ठीक नहीं है।
All right. And as I said, I'm being joined by Jasmine Sandhawalia, who's a BJP spokesperson, as well as Dr. Pooja Tripathi, who's a spokesperson for Congress. Thank you, both of you, for joining us. Jasmine Sandhawalia, why not to you first? You heard what Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has spoken, clearly saying that it's not an era of handouts, it's about the need for employment. But how do you look at it?
Well, there's a very famous quote during the French Revolution. The French Queen Mary Antoinette had said, on being told that the peasants do not have bread, she had said that go eat cake. And unfortunately, Mrs. Gandhi, Miss Gandhi is very fortunate that she's born into the manner. She probably does not understand the ramifications of being poor and of going without food. The largest scheme of food distribution was started by our visionary Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, in 2020 during the COVID period when it was dire straits. And 5 kg of wheat or rice and 1 kg of lentils was given to every individual in the house so that nobody in India goes hungry. To ridicule such a scheme, knowing that we are a very poor country and we went through very challenging times during the COVID, nobody went hungry, and this food scheme is very symbolic to the vision and to the commitment of BJP to the people of India. When she talks about Atmanirbhar, let me also read out a few facts to her.
Okay.
That basically India is an agrarian society where more than 50% of the population is involved in agriculture and mostly small-time farmers, small-holding farmers. The BJP, under the stewardship of the Prime Minister, has started the Kisan Nidhi scheme, in which every farmer...
Jasmine, allow me to interrupt you. Let me just go across to Dr. Pooja Tripathi to get her introductory statements before I return, so you could continue as well. Dr. Pooja Tripathi, you heard the BJP's analogy to what the French Queen had spoken, something that's, quoted very often in history. I want to add one more question. As Priyanka Gandhi Vadra made this statement, just a year back or so, you had Siddaramaiah government come into Karnataka. There was full praise for Congress to be able to manage to get back. They are struggling with the 5 guarantees to the point that they said that they don't have money. How do you really look at this for the fact that what Priyanka Gandhi has said and how the BJP is looking at it?
Neha, I had something else as an introductory statement, but I'll take the lead from my esteemed BJP panelist. This Marie-Antoinette-station of the politics that's happening in Modi Khan. You look at their manifesto, we are looking at a staggering 45-year high unemployment rate, and most of the sad part is that people are resorting to self-employment because employment opportunities are limited. And in the manifesto of Bharatiya Janata Party, more jobs come 2 times, inflation comes 1 time. There's no mention of social security, and Modi comes 67 times. That's a glorified photo album. So when the people are demanding bread, and the Raja and the Raja who is sitting at the top is asking them to eat cake, if Modiji's claim of Atmanirbhar Bharat stands so high, and they claim that they have pulled so many people out of poverty, why are they providing free rations to 80 crore people? If you claim that India is entering the brightest spot in economy, the problem is, why is our rank in global hunger index falls to 11 points to 111 from 125 countries? If Modi ji's claims is right, why has our share of manufacturing in GDP shrunk from 16% to 13%? If Modi ji's claim is right that you are making a Viksit Bharat, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, why is 40% of the population, 40% of the India's wealth is held by 10% of population? That amounts to 98 people are holding wealth akin to 55.2 crore people. So if Modi ji's claim is right, why is there, there's staggering high unemployment? There's this backbreaking inflation, and that's what when you mention Modi ji 67 times in your manifesto, that's what is when the king or the queen, whatever you want to call them, is asking them to eat the cake. You are showing them Viksit Bharat, you are showing them Naya Bharat, while a poor person is compelled to spend his livelihood on 27 rupees a day.
All right, let me just take this to Jasmine. Jasmine, you heard Dr. Pooja Tripathi. You started with the French Queen. Dr. Pooja Tripathi has equated Prime Minister Modi and the celebration of him by the party. The fact remains that he is the face of the party. He is leading the party. But what really is the problem if the Congress says that, listen, employment is extremely necessary. Employment is way below what should be available. It can't go alone on food supply or ration whatsoever. Or is it just finding another stretch and saying these two are not different, the two really need to go together? Is that how the BJP sees it?
I feel that the two go together. We have to understand that we are a nation of 1.2 billion people. And like the Congress panelist has said, that 10% or 15% of the people hold the wealth in the country. This is not a new phenomena which has happened under the BJP in their 10 years rule. Now, when you look at the 75 years of India's independence as an independent country, from where we started and what we are today has to be understood. Now, we have to have socialist leanings. We have to take care of the poor. We cannot abandon the poor and say, no, this is not Viksit Bharat if you're giving food for them to eat. Yes, we totally agree that the employment should increase more. There should be more opportunities. And in the last 10 years, the party has dedicatedly and committedly worked for a progressive India. I will quote the IMF, which says that 250 million people in India have been brought out of poverty. Now, extreme poverty is only with 1% of our population. Also remember that we were number 11 just a few years back, and we are now number 5. So for what is very saddening is the mindset of the senior leader, Priyanka Gandhi, to have gone ahead and said and made such a stupid and an insensitive statement that you do not need 5 kg. She has never faced hunger in her life. She does not understand the ramifications of what a poor family
Dr.
goes
Pooja
through
Tripathi,
and what times
so you're listening to what the BJP panelist is saying. And if I can extend to what she's saying, you've heard Prime Minister Modi repeatedly saying in Parliament and outside, I have seen hunger. That's a statement that he has repeatedly saying. And BJP saying Priyanka Gandhi Vadra could make that statement because she has never seen hunger. Allow her, Jasmine. Allow Dr. Pooja Tripathi to speak, please.
This claim of pulling out 246 million people has been made by a Niti Aayog report, and it's not backed by IMF or World Bank. Let's be very clear on this. And I'll show you the fact check article if there is any doubt on it. The scroll and every print has completely debunked their claim that IMF or World Bank is their internal report, it's their internal Niti Aayog who has claimed. And if you have, if as per I quote this same Niti Aayog report, I think my BJP spokesperson has confused between IMF and Niti Aayog report. So if Niti Aayog report claimed that poverty has fallen down to 11.7%, that leaves just 15 crore people poor in the country. Why are you giving ration to 80 crore people? And Prime Minister, when he goes on to claim he has seen hunger and he has brought the country to this economic distress that a poor person has to spend a day in 27 rupees. Every hour, 2 farmers are committing suicide and 1 youth is committing suicide. And the person who has seen hunger has led to the concentration of wealth in the hands of 98 people in the 140 crore population of India. And that's the biggest irony.
Jasmine, 30 seconds to you. Do you want to respond to what Dr. Pooja Tripathi is saying? The last response to you.
I definitely want to respond to Pooja Tripathi by saying that please show some compassion towards the Indian citizens. Do not go into the rigmarole of false agendas. Do understand that we are a very large nation. There are people who go hungry. We need to support them. And any political organization or any party which comes to rule India has to show compassion towards its population. And I rest my case.
All right. All right, Jasmine and Dr. Pooja Tripathi, while we may debate on the narrative here, at least one thing that is good and positive here, at least we have a debate that's happening on food and employment, both of these very crucial to India's future. Thank you very much, Jasmine, as well as Dr. Pooja, for joining us.
Thank you.
It's time for a very short break.